Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do percent and percentage. Chapter 7, Test Yourself. Page number 96. And we are starting with the multiple choice type. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. A number whose 4% is 6 is which number? What is that number? So let us consider that number to be x. That means it says 4% of that number. So 4% of x, because we're considering that number to be x, is already given to us as 6. So now we can find the value of x. So we can say 4% is 4 by 100 into x is equal to 6. Now we're going to find the value of x. So x will be 6. Now we're going to transpose this 4 by 100 to the other side. And here it's multiplication. So when it goes to the other side, it becomes division. So this is divided by 4 by 100. So now this has become division of fractions. So we can say x is equal to, we can make the 6 by 1. So 6 by 1, division changes to multiplication and we write the reciprocal 100 by 4. Now we can cancel. So I can cancel 4 and 6 or 4 and 100. So 4 and 6 let me cancel. 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Now I can cancel 100 and 2. 2 1s are 2 and 2 into 50 is 100. Now we can multiply the numerators. 3 into 50 is 150. So x is that number, isn't it? So the number is 150. So this is our answer and that is option C, 150. Question 2. What percent of 50 is 10? So the direct way of doing this is to find the required percent. We say 10 divided by 50 into 100%. This is a direct method of finding the percentage. So here we can cancel 50 and 100. 51s are 50 and 50 into 2 is 100. Now just multiply 10 into 2. 10 2s are 20 and that is 20%. So answer here is 20% and that is option A. Option A, 20%. This is our answer. Question 3. 18 hours as a percentage of 3 days is what? So here we have hours and here we have days. We have to convert them to the same unit. So let's convert days into hours. So that will be 18. So this will be 18 here and here 3 days. So 1 day is equal to 24 hours, isn't it? So 3 days will be 3 into 24. 3 into 24 hours or 24 into 3 hours. Okay. Now the question is, when you write 18 hours as a percentage of 3 days, we take 18 hours divided by the 3 days, which is 3 into 24 hours. So first we write that. So we say 18 hours by 3 into 24 hours. And since we have to convert it to percentage, we multiply this. We multiply this by 100. So multiply this by 100%. So this is our answer and that in your options is option C. Option C, 18 by 3 into 24 and multiply that by 100% to make it a percent. Question 4. An alloy contains 30% of copper, 30% of zinc and the rest nickel. Now the amount of nickel in 400 grams of the alloy is, that's a question. So here we know that copper is 30%, zinc is 30%. So that nickel will be, now totally you know it is 100%. So 30 plus 30 is 60 and 100 minus 60. So we'll write that. So 100% minus, if we add copper and zinc and then subtract. So here this will be 100% minus 60%. 100 minus 60 is 40. So nickel is 40%. Now the question is the amount of nickel in 400 grams of the alloy. Amount of nickel will be 40% of 400 grams of the total, isn't it? So 40% of 400 grams will be the amount of nickel and this is our answer. and that will be option A. So option A, 40% of 400 grams. That is our answer, option A. Question 5. A number is first decreased by 40% and then increased by 40%. What is the equivalent change? What is the change that has happened? Is there an increase or a decrease, and by what percent? So let's begin by saying that the original number be 100. Then decrease in number is 40%, isn't it? That is 40% of 100. That is the decrease. 40% of 100. So now let's calculate this. So this will be 40 by 100 into 100. So now when you cancel, we can cancel the 100. So what is left is 40. So the decrease in number is 40. That means this was the original number. Now there's a 40% decrease. So that is 40. So now what is the new number? So the new number will be 100. That is the original number 100 minus the decrease, because we are minusing it because it's a decrease. So now 100 minus 40 is 60. So this is our new number. Then what do we see? Here it says, and then it is increased again by 40%. So what is the increase now? The increase in number will be 40% of, so 40% of 60. 40% of this new number, that is 60. So 40% of 60 will be 40 by 100 into 60. So again here let's simplify this. So 1 0 here and then 1 0 here. So we just have 4 into 6. 4 6s are 24. So now let's go through this again. So we have the original number that has decreased by 40% and now it's become 60. From there it has increased and now it's become 24. So what is the new number? That is the final number. The final number will be this new number, and that has increased, isn't it? So we have to add this to it. So that will be 60 plus 24. 60 plus 24 is 84. So this is our final number. So what has been the change here? The change here is final number minus the original number, or the original number minus the final number, because the original number is greater. So we say original number minus the final number, and the original number is 100. The final number is 84. Okay. And that is 16. And as we can see, there has been a decrease. Originally it was 100. Now finally it is 84. So from 100, it has decreased to 84. Now here, since we are given percentages in the options, let's find the percentage of change. So percentage change will be equivalent change, that is 16, by the original number. So let's do that. 16 divided by the original number, which is 100. And to find the percentage, we multiply by 100%. Now let's cancel the hundreds. So what is left is only 16%. And this has been a decrease of 16%. So from 100, it has now come to 84, and the decrease is 16 and the decrease percent is 16%. And that is option C. So you have to check this. Option C is our final answer here. Question 6. Out of 700 eggs, 20% are rotten. So the number of good eggs is what? The number. Okay, so what is given to us? The total number of eggs is given to us, that is 700. Out of that, 20% are rotten. So the number of rotten eggs will be 20% of 700. So that will be 20 by 100 into 700. Now we can cancel. I can cancel 100 and 700, make it 7. So 20 into 7 is 140. The number of rotten eggs is 140. Now we've been asked to find the number of good eggs. So the number of good eggs will be the total number of eggs minus the number of rotten eggs. So the total number of eggs is 700 minus 140. So this is 700 minus 140. And that is equal to 560. So the number of good eggs is 560 and this is option B. So let's write that. Option B is 560 and this is our answer. Question 7. 80% of 200 minus 50 is equal to what? So let's write this question down. So this is 80% of 200 minus 50. So here, as you can see, we have two operations. We have of and minus. And remember BODMAS, according to which of has to be worked out first. That means we should do 80% of 200 first. So what will that be? That is 80 by 100 into 200. So this we have to work out first and then, so I'll put it in brackets and then minus 50 from it. So now let's work this out. So 100 and 200 I can cancel. And now let's multiply 80 into 2. 80 into 2 is 160. Now write minus 50. 160 minus 50 is 110. So this is our answer. And that is again option B. Option B, 110 is our answer. Question 8. A number 80 is wrongly taken as 100. So there has been an error, isn't it? We have been asked to find that percentage error. So here the correct number is actually 80, but it has been wrongly taken as 100. So there is a small error. And what is that error? The error will be 100 minus 80, which is 20. So now the percentage error is error by the correct number into 100. So what is the error? Error is 20. What is the correct number? 80. Now we multiply by 100%. Now cancel. I can cancel this and this. So now I have 2 and 8. 2 ones are 2. 2 fours are 8. I can cancel 4 and 100%. So this is 25. So here what do I have? Percentage error is 25%. So this is our answer. And that is option B. Option B is our answer. Question 9. The price of an article was 680 rupees last year. This year its price is 816 rupees. The percentage change in its price. So as you can see, it was 680, now it's increased to 816. So there is a percentage increase. So let's write down the original price is 680 rupees. And the new price now is 816 rupees. So it's increased from 680 to 816. So what is the increase in price? It is 816 rupees minus 680 rupees. This is the increase in price. Now we are asked to find the percentage change. So that for that the formula is change in price or the increase in price by the original price. So let's write that first. So what is the increase in price? 816 minus 680 divided by the original price, which is 680. And now we find the percentage, that is 100%. So this is in one of the options here. So this will be our answer. So 816 minus 680 by 60 into 100%, and there is an increase. So in your option you have this word also, increases. So we will write that. So this is the answer and this is option C. Option C. This is our answer. Question 10, we have statement 1 and statement 2. Statement 1. To change a number in percentage to a ratio, write it as a fraction with denominator 100 and then reduce it to the lowest term if possible. So let's work that out and see with the help of an example. So here it says to change a number which is in percentage to a ratio, this is what we need to do. Let's see whether the statement is true. So let's take an example. Now suppose I take 40%. So now this is in percentage form. Here it says write it as a fraction. Yes, 40% can be written as 40 by 100. That is, here it says write it as a fraction with denominator 100. So we got 40 by 100 and then reduce it to the lowest term if possible. Now here we can reduce this to the lowest term. Now here we have 4 by 10 because we've cancelled the zeros. Now we can reduce 4 and 10 to the lowest term by dividing both by 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. And now I can write this as a ratio 2:5. So this is what the statement says. It says to change a number in percentage to a ratio, that is this number which is in percentage form. If I have to change it into ratio, I should write it as a fraction with denominator 100. I've done that and then reduce it to the lowest term and then write it as a ratio. That means statement 1 is true. So we can write that. Let's write it here. Statement 1 is true. Now let's look at statement 2. It says a percentage can be converted to a fraction by removing the sign of percentage and dividing by 100. So let's take a percentage as an example. So now 60%, suppose I take 60%, it says we can convert it to a fraction by removing the percentage sign. That is, we can write 60, remove the percentage sign and dividing it by 100. 60 by 100. So it's converted to a fraction, isn't it? That means we can convert a percentage to a fraction by removing the sign and by dividing by 100. That means statement 2 is also true. So this is also true. So we just found that statement 1 is true and statement 2 is true. So which of the following options is correct? Option A, it says both the statements are true. So here statement 1 and statement 2 both are true. Question 11. Assertion, that is A, states this: 9% of the square root of 0.0169 is 0.0117. Now let's work that out and see whether that is true. So let's write that down. 9% of the square root of 0.0169. So how much is that? Here in the question it says it's 0.0117. Let's work this out and see. Now here look at this number 169. The square root of that is 13. We know that the square root of 169 is 13. That means when you multiply 13 into 13 you get 169. So here we have 169 and it's a decimal number. So here after the point, see how many decimal places there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get the square root, you should have only 2 digits after the decimal point. So let me repeat that. Since we are finding the square root, it's going to be half of this decimal places. Okay, so here we have 4 decimal places. In the answer, you should have only 2 decimal places. And we know 169, the square root is 13. That means the square root of this number, that is 0.0169, will be 13 here and 2 decimal places. That means the point comes here. So now the answer is 0.13. That is, if you multiply 0.13 into 0.13, you will get 0.0169. So the square root of this is 0.13. So 9% means 9 by 100 into 0.13. Now we can write that as 9 by 100 into 13 by 100. Now 9 into 13 is 117 and 100 into 100, that is 1 followed by 2 zeros for 100, another 2 zeros for the next 100. So this is 117 divided by 10,000. Now we are going to place a decimal point for this number by counting the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be 4 decimal places in our answer. Now 117. Now there are 3 digits here. Now let's put 4 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3. Now put one more 0 and then a point. So now we get 4 decimal places. So this is the answer. That is 9% of the square root of 0.0169 is 0.0117. This is our answer. Let's see if the statement also gives us the same answer. The assertion. The assertion also gives us the same answer, 0.0117. That means assertion A is true. Now let's see what the reason states. The reason states to find the percentage of a quantity. See, here we did that 9% of this of a quantity. We change the percentage to a fraction. So this we change it to a fraction and multiply it by the quantity. So that is what we have done here. So that means the reason is also true. So state assertion is true and the reason is also true and is the correct explanation for the assertion. So we will choose option A, which states both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation for A. So this is our answer. Question 12. Assertion A states if we decrease 120 by 12 1 by 2%, then the decreased amount is 105 rupees. So 120 rupees, decrease it by this, do we get 105 rupees? That means first we need to find 12 1 by 2 percentage of 120 rupees. So let's find that. So 12 1 by 2 percentage of 120 rupees is what we're going to find out. So let's convert 12 1 by 2. 12 2s are 24 plus 1 is 25. So this makes it 25 by 2% of is into 120 rupees. So 25 by 2% means 25 by 2 divided by 100. We can put it this way, divided by 100 into 120. Now this part is division of fractions. So this is 100 by 1. So now we can make this 25 by 2 into 1 by 100 into 120. Now we can cancel here. I can cancel this 0 and this 0 because they're all multiplication. I can cancel 2 and 12. 2 6s are 12. I can cancel 25 and 10 both by 5. 5 2s are 10 and here it is 5 5s are 25. Again I can cancel 2 and 6. So that makes it 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6. Now let's multiply. 5 1s are 5, 5 3s are 15. So here we have 15 and in the denominator we only have 1. So 15 by 1 or we can simply write 15. So we have found this to be rupees 15 and what is this? This is 12 1 by 2% of 120 rupees is rupees 15. Now here it says decrease, that means we have to take the original number and decrease 15 rupees from it. That is, the original amount is rupees 120. From this we take away 15 rupees. So 120 minus 15 is 105. So when we decreased 120 rupees by 12 1 by 2% of it, which is 15 rupees, we get 105 rupees. The assertion states that if we decrease 120 by 12 1 by 2%, that means the decreased amount is 105 rupees, which we have just found. That means assertion A is true. So assertion A is true. Okay, reason R states the percentage change is the actual change. It can be increase or decrease divided by the original quantity into 100 percentage of that. So percentage change is 12 1 by 2. Here we have to calculate this much and see whether we get 12 1 by 2. So percentage change is actual change. So and what is the actual change? It has changed from 120 rupees to 105 rupees. That means there has been a decrease by 15 rupees. So let's calculate that. So the actual change is 15 rupees by the original quantity, which was 120. Now we multiply this by 100 percentage. So percentage of this whole thing. Now let's calculate 15 by 120 into 100. Let's cancel the zeros here. Now here we have 15 and 12. Both are divisible by 3. 3 5s are 15 and 3 4s are 12. Now here we can cancel 4 and 10 both by 2. 2 2s are 4 and 2 5s are 10. Now there is nothing more to cancel, so we multiply 5 5s are 25. So in the numerator we have 25, in the denominator we have only 2. 25 by 2 percentage. Now let's convert 25 by 2 into a mixed number. Divide 25 by 2. 2 into 12 is 24. What is left is 1 to make it 25. 1 by 2. 12 1 by 2 percentage. That means the percentage change is 12 1 by 2, which we found, which is given to us in the assertion 12 1 by 2. That means reason R is also true and it is the right explanation for assertion A. So what is our answer? Our answer is option A, that is both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation for A. Question 13, assertion A. By increasing 320 rupees by 20%, we obtain the increased amount and that is 348. So what should we do? We should first find 20% of 320 rupees and then add it, because here it says increase. Add it to this amount and see whether we get 348. So that is 20% of 320 rupees is what we need to find. So that is 20% means 20 by 100 of is into 320. Now let's cancel. I can cancel one zero here, one more zero here. So here what do I get? I get 2 into 32. 2 into 32 is 64. So the increased amount will be the original amount, which is 320 rupees plus 20%, which is 64 rupees. Plus 64 rupees. So how much do you get? 320 plus 64 is 384. So 384 rupees is what you will get when we increase 20% of 320 rupees. But what is the answer given to us? The answer given to us is 348 rupees, which is wrong because we should get 384. That means assertion A is false. Now let's see what reason R states. It states to increase a quantity by a percentage. Here that we did that, isn't it? Increase this by a percentage. We first find the percentage of the quantity. We did that. We first find the percentage of the quantity. We found it to be 64. And then what do? We add it to the original quantity. We did that, isn't it? We added it to the original quantity and we got an answer. So this is how we increase a quantity by a percentage. That means reason R is true and is the correct explanation. So reason R is true. Assertion A is false and reason R is true. Now which option is that now? That is option D, where it says assertion is false but reason is true. So option D is our answer. Assertion A states the sum of two numbers is 28 by 25 of the first number. Okay. Then it says the second number is 12% of the first number. So what we're going to do is first we're going to work out this part. The sum of two numbers. So we don't know what the two numbers are. So let's consider the two numbers to be x and y and the sum. The first number is x, second number is y. The sum x plus y is given to us in the question. It's 28 by 25 of the first number. Of means into the first number is x. So x plus y is equal to 28 by 25 into x. Now we need to know only the value of y. So we're going to leave only y here and going to write 28 by 25 into x is 28x by 25. Now we are going to transpose this x to the other side. From here when it goes there it becomes minus. So minus x. Now here we are finding the value of y. Y is equal to. Now here we have 28x by 25 minus x. Let's work out only this separately here. So 28x by 25 minus x. Now this has become subtraction of fractions. Let's give this the denominator 1. Now the LCM will be 25. So here we have 25 into 1 is 25. So 28x into 1 is 28x. So this is the same minus. Now here we have 1. So 1 into 25 will give us 25. So 1 into 25 into 25. Here also we multiply by 25. X into 25 is 25x. 25x. So here what do we have? We have 28x minus 25x. Since here like terms, we can subtract 28 minus 25 is 3. So 3x by 25. So we have found the value of y. We can write that here. So y is 3x by 25. We're going to make use of this. Now let's go to the second part. It says the second number is 12% of the first number. That means we have to express the second number as a percentage of the first number. Now second number as a percentage of the first number means second number is y, first number is x into 100%. This is how we express the second number as a percentage of the first number. We're going to see if our answer is 12%. We have found out the value of y. Y is 3x by 25. So let's write that. Y is 3x by 25. Now here it says divided by x. So let's write that. Divided by x into 100%. Into 100%. So let's do this part here. 3x by 25 divided by x. So that will be 3x by 25. Division changes to multiplication and we write the reciprocal of x by 1. It becomes 1 by x into 100%. So here in this multiplication we can cancel x and x. So here let's cancel. We can cancel this x and this x. We can also cancel 25 and 100. 25 ones are 25 and 25 into 4 is 100. Nothing more to cancel. So we multiply 3 ones are 3. 3 fours are 12. So our answer is 12%. So here we've got 12% and let's see what the reason says. It says the statement assertion says it is 12% of the first number. So second number is 12% of the first number which we have found. That means assertion A is true. Assertion A is true. Now reason R states to express a quantity as a percentage of the other. That is, like we've taken here, to express y as a percentage of x, we write the other quantity as the fraction of the one. The other quantity as a fraction of the first one and then multiply by 100. That means reason is also true. The reason is also true. So here we found that assertion is true, reason is also true and reason is the correct explanation as we have seen here. So which option will we choose? We will choose option A which states both A and R are correct and R is a correct explanation for A. That's all for now. See you in the next video.